Give it a minute. We're gonna jump right into it. Share my phone. Okay. Hey, shalom, shalom, Israel. Shalom, Yahweh Hashem, Yahshua Thumb. To you brothers out there, shalom, Yahweh Shema, Thumb, Hashem. Yahweh Shai to all you sisters out there. Once again, with ISUPK, we're on 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. I'm Officer Apayat out here in Arizona. I'm saying, as you see down the bottom, we got classes at 12416 North 28 Drive, 12416 North 28 Drive, suite number 4. I think it is. It says it on it. Yeah, suite number 4, zip code 85029. You know what I'm saying? We got classes from Tuesday to Friday. Come down. Brother's gonna be here around 7 p.m. You know what I'm saying? You start coming in for class 7 p.m. and lasts about 9 p.m. We're gonna go a little bit over tonight. You know what I'm saying? We're starting a little late tonight. Today's Thursday, scripture breakdown. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna go over Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, right? That's a Deuteronomy 28th chapter is one of the most important chapters in the Bible. You say, well, the whole Bible is important, as we know, but Deuteronomy 28th chapter lays out for you who the actual Jews are, who the Israelites are. You know what I'm saying? Who the sons of Jacob is, sons of Israel is. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to go over that today. Give me a minute. Lock here. I'm saying in Deuteronomy 28th chapter, it'll give you an idea of the blessings the Most High promised us, you know what I'm saying, and the curses for us going against his laws. I'm saying we all know the Most High give us the laws in Leviticus. I'm saying in Deuteronomy 28 chapter is going to give you, start by giving you the blessings. If you keep these laws, these are the blessings that the Most High is going to give you. But if you go against these laws, these are the curses that the Most High will put against the children of Israel. I'm saying, so we're going to go over that, the 28th chapter tonight. I'm saying, so it might not take, it might go over an hour, might not. I'm saying, but we're doing our best to go through it. Give me a second. So what I want to do though, however, is we're gonna jump to Deuteronomy 28 and our 27 verse 1. We're gonna go there first, but before we do that, we're gonna jump to Amos chapter 3 verse 1. Amos chapter 3 verse 1 reads, "Hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities." I'm saying the Most High speaking to the children of Israel right here, saying all 12 tribes, and saying that you only, us only have ye known, blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. We're the only ones he have known of all the families of the earth. I'm saying out of all the other nations of the earth, Israelites are the only nation the Most High is saying that he knows right here. And for that, he will punish us for our iniquities. For our wrongdoings, the Most High will punish us for. I'm saying, so we're going to jump to the 27th chapter right now. Deuteronomy chapter 27. All right, so lock here. Deuteronomy chapter 27 reads, and Moses with the elders of Israel commanded the people, saying, keep all the commandments which I command you this day. I'm saying right off the bat, it says Moses and all the elders. I'm saying Moses, and we know led the children of Israel out of captivity, right? So this is during that time of Moses, you know, Aaron and their sister. You know what I'm saying, this is during that time of Pharaoh. I'm saying where after they let us out, I'm saying into the wilderness, Moses is given the laws to give unto the children of Israel, and they are to keep and observe these laws, right? So I'm gonna read it again. Verse 27 says, and Moses with the elders of Israel commanded the people, saying, keep all my commandments which I command you this day. So the Israelites was told to keep these commandments, right? Moses and the elders. Now we're going to jump to 28. All right, we're going to jump to a chapter at hand, which we'll be going over is Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter. And it says, and it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on a high above all nations of the earth. So right off the bat here, the Most High is letting the children of Israel know, if you keep all these commandments I'm giving you, right? Don't forget, this is Moses, and the children of Israel know this is what the Most High is saying, right? So if Israelites, if we keep all these commandments, right, in Leviticus, right, we keep all these commandments, the Most High will put us above all nations in the face of the earth. Two things I tell you is, one, the Israelites are special unto the Most High. They're separate, right? How do we know that? Because he said he would put us above all nations, meaning there's more than one nations, and Israelites will be on top of these nations, which means there's no such thing as equal, which a Christian church teach, right? So we know that's wrong. No such thing as equal, and that Israelites are special people unto the Most High. Let's get some more. And it says, verse 2, it says, and all these blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee, if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God. Meaning, if you listen to us, listen to the Most High's word and keep his commandments, all these blessings will come on the children of Israel. Right? Verse 3 is going to give you one of the blessings. Blessed shalt thou be in the city, and blessed shalt thou be in the fields. Right off the bat, I'm saying the Most High letting us know that we shall be blessed in the cities. I'm saying, imagine, I know it's hard for a lot of Black Hispanics and Native American Indians. I'm saying, imagine like we'll be blessed throughout the cities. But what I want you to do, just imagine, at least consider what your Most High asks, right? Imagine a city where we go in and like we control the city. I mean, the city's ours, right? When I mean control the city, I mean, imagine a city like wherever we go, like we don't have to worry about like police brutality, right? Which a lot of Black Hispanics and Native American Indians have to worry about. If you go look at I want to say not the Four Corners. I forgot what the tribe is called here in Arizona. If you go look at, in fact, I'm gonna get that tribe before the night's done. I'm gonna look that tribe up, right? There's a tribe out here specifically, many other Native American tribes, right? You look at the statistics of them, like cops are gunning them down like crazy. The only difference is theirs don't make the news. Like the tribe of Issachar, right? A lot of the Mexicans are being gunned down by police officers, right? In California, here in Arizona, their deaths don't make the news. In Texas, right? Their deaths don't make the news, but they're going through that. Now imagine the Mexicans in a city where the Mexicans don't have to worry about being pulled over by border patrol, right? In a land like which this is their own. This is Mexico. Yes, so they're being persecuted, right? And they have to provide a green card in a land which we all know this is their land, right? Imagine a place where they don't have to worry about that. The Native Americans don't have to worry about coming off the reservation, right? The Black men don't have to worry about walking the street and being gunned down by the police. This is what this is talking about, right? And verse 4 says, blessed shall be the fruit of thy body, and the fruit of thy ground, and the fruit of thy cattle, and the increase of thy kin, and the flock of thy sheep. I mean, all that. If you a farmer, if anyone know anything like about farming, back then farming was what you call gold, what you call oil today, right? Because oil is looking to be so rich today. Cattle, the one thing that will never go, oil will come and go. I'm saying, like the cost of like gold and diamonds and things like that eventually come and go. But one thing that will never come and go is cattle. The cost of like cattle and sheeps and all that. Can you imagine? Like that's food, right? We gotta eat, all right? We gotta eat, right? So things like I spoke about here in verse 4, the fruits, you know what I'm saying, of thy body. Spoke about the cattle, the sheeps, the flock, you know what I'm saying, all these things. If any farmer know, that's where money is, right? So the Most High is saying that, like, like our flock will be, our sheep will be healthy. You know what I'm saying, we'll be have money. This is all talking about how rich the nation of Israel will be, right? The Most High said, if we keep these commandments, this is how rich we'll be. And in verse 5 says, blessed shall be thy basket and thy store, right? Another, you know what I'm saying, riches, you know what I'm saying, will be fruitful in that. Blessed shall thou be when thou comest in, and blessed shall thou be when thou goest out. I just mentioned that, right? When I say Black man, Hispanic man, Native American man, or woman, you know what I'm saying, you leave in the house, you know what I'm saying, you don't have to worry about if you're going to make it back. You know what I'm saying, we ain't got to worry about that. This land, this city will as a city of our own, right? And verse 7 said, the Lord shall cause thy enemies that rise up against thee to be smitten before thy face. That's very, very, very important right here, right? Most I say, if we keep these blessings, he will cause our enemies to be smitten before our face. I mean, they will be destroyed. And whoever rises up against us, they will fall, right? Meaning if the so-called white man, this city, when the so-called white man come up against us, he will fall, right? The Arab man, the Asian man, the African man, all these other nations of heathens, right? Whether it be the Aborigines or the what do they call again down the Hawaiian Islands, and the Madagascar and all them, right? If they come up against us, I'm saying the tribal Japhet, if they come up against us, like they will fall. Like this is what the Most High was speaking on here, and this is very important, right? Because when we get to the curses, we're going to realize that hold on, like we did something wrong here, right? So, and it says, they shall come out against thee one way and flee before thee 7 ways. I mean, like you can imagine when the army come out, right? They come out one way, meaning they all come out together. And if you notice in all those movies, like one of my favorite movies, man, is you might know is Troy, Brad Pitt, right? That's one of the, to me, that's one of the all-time like old school war movies for me. You have Troy, you have Braveheart, and you have the other one named Gladiator, I think it is, right? Now Troy, to me, that's here, right? Troy, if you notice in those battles, those armies will all come as one. But when they flee, they all flee in this way, that way. I'm saying running for their life. Most I saying they will be fleeing from us like that. They will come onto us proud, strong as one army, and they would flee. Right? That's what the Most High is speaking on here. I'm saying, verse 8, says, the Lord shall command the blessings upon thee in thy storehouse, and in all that thou settest thine hands onto. Meaning whatever we touch, I'm saying whatever we touch is going to be a blessing for us, right? All right, most likely saying that whatever we touch is going to be a blessing for us. All right, verse 9, the Lord shall establish thee in high Slakia, the Most High shall establish thee in holy people unto himself, as he hath sworn unto thee. If thou shalt keep the commandments of the Lord thy God, and walk in his ways by the name of the Lord, and that thou shalt be afraid of thee. I mean, the Most High is telling you right here, if you keep his commandments, you know what I'm saying, and you fear God, all these blessings will come upon us, right? And for Black Hispanics and Native American Indians, man, the reason why, like I said before, this chapter is so important to us is because this allows us to know where we messed up at. You ever if you was a child, we all was children at one time, and if you ever know those children out there who had wicked parents, right? Parents that would just beat them for nothing. One of the worst things you could do to a child is to completely, excuse my language, whoop their ass, right? And then not explain why they're getting that ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? Them not knowing why we in this condition. You know what I'm saying? Like, why am I being beat? Like, you hate me, you not like it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what a child eventually go to start thinking when you whooping their ass and you're not explaining. Like, for instance, like, if like I have children, and when I discipline my children, I let them know. You know what I'm saying? I let them know before what they did wrong and that they're going to be punished for it. Then I punish them. And after I punish them, I give it some time and I go back and I'm saying, you know what you were punished for, right? Told you you were punished for. And you know, my son is little or my daughter is they're young, but I speak to them this way and I punish them so they understand that like there's repercussions, you know what I'm saying? That you do something wrong, you have to be punished for it, right? And this is what the Most High speak. This is what the children of Israel need because it allows to, as we're that child today, reading Deuteronomy 28 chapter, let us know what we did wrong, how we messed up. I'm saying that what we like. Most High do love us, and He's actually punishing us, but it's out of love rather than Him not despising us or hating us, right? So, verse 12, says, the Lord shall open unto thee his good treasure, the heaven to give the rain unto thee, land in his season, and to bless all the works of thy hand. And thou shalt lend unto many nations, and thou shalt not borrow. I mean, that's heavy, right? The Most High said we will have so much we can give other nations, and we don't need nothing back from them. What does that tell you? We will be so rich, right? The nation of Israel, the Most High. I know a lot of Black Hispanics and Native American Indians. We can't really like fathom this. You know what I'm saying? The Mexican man can't fathom this. You know what I'm saying? The Israelites can't fathom this. The Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, you know what I'm saying? The Brazilians. You ever look up Rio de Janeiro? You know what I'm saying? The slums in Rio de Janeiro. Those men, those Israelites, those Asherites can't even imagine like a city like this for us. I'm saying the Black man here in America, in Jamaica, in Haiti, Barbados, you know what I'm saying? Trinidad, Belize, you know what I'm saying? We cannot fathom like a city like this. You mean to tell me we'll be a people that we're going to have so much that we can give to other nations, right? And that we don't need nothing back from them. It's kind of tough to imagine that because we're in the opposite end today because we have to beg the so-called white man for everything, right? A precept for that is the Most High said what, like, I'm paraphrasing, like, in fact, I don't want to give it away because it's coming up in Deuteronomy, I think it's 64th. Yes, so it's coming up. I don't want to give it away, but we're opposite today. We go to these other nations for every single thing, right? We go to them for every single thing. And 13 says, and the Lord shall make thee the head and not be beneath, if that thou hearken unto the commandments of the Lord thy God, which I command thee this day to observe and to do them. Right here, the Most I keep saying it again. All these things I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna make you ahead of these people. You're gonna be over them. They're gonna be like by your boot heel. I'm saying they're gonna be face down, which they should be, right? But things are different. Things are in the opposite, flip upside down today because we're bound down to them. We have to go to them for food and so your grocery stores and your Gucci's and Louis Vuittons or whatever it is men and women like today, right? Whatever your style is today. Everything we have to go to them for. But imagine if we were in that place. This is what the Most High was promising us. This is truly supposed to be what we're supposed to be doing, right? And verse 14 says, and thou shalt not go aside from any of the words which I command thee this day to do to the right hand or to the left, to go after other gods to serve them. Most I saying right there, like, I do not want you doing none of that, right? You serve me, right? Most I, a lot of Black Hispanics and Native American Indians, what we don't understand is like America, because we've been living here in America under democracy, we believe that we have a choice. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have a choice. Like, if you're an Israelite, you don't have a choice. Like, we are monarchy. All right, we have a king, right? We're a nation of monarchy. We don't have you don't get a go down to the ballot and get a vote, right? We don't go down to the I don't know what it's called, the station and go vote, or the office and get a vote and put your tally in. Okay, I want to do this and I don't want to follow this law. You don't get a choice to do that. Either you follow it or you die. That's we're a monarchy. These other nations, the so-called white man and whoever the hell else, they're democracy. Let them have their democracy. We're supposed to be keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. I know for us, for a lot of us, it's absolutely difficult. And the only reason why it's difficult is because we've been under this captivity. The laws of God is really not that hard. You know what I'm saying? You don't kill, don't steal, don't rape, don't I don't know, don't lie, right? Don't cheat. If don't sleep with your brother's wife. If you're a woman, do not go around sleep on a man that's not your husband. You know what I'm saying? Like these things are they're not hard, but they're hard to us. It seems hard to us because of the captivity that we've been under. We live in America, right? And because we live in this captivity, it's so difficult for us to imagine, I'm saying, going away from the country. Like America teaches you what? It was an advertisement I seen a billboard. It was a while back, and it says like $80 divorce, $8 divorces. I'm like, yo, if divorces are $80, like yo, like I see why here in America, when they give you an option, like it's kind of like the analogy that I think it was I want to say the General Muhammad gave, right? He says if you're driving, let's say we're in Arizona here. So we're driving from Arizona to California, and we're out in the middle of nowhere, and it's really dark, and your car's about to break down, right? You and your wife's in the car together, the car's about to break down. And you hear like something's going on with the car, and you can't pick up your phone and call assistance or anything, right? Your phone, imagine your phone don't exist. Like, what do you do? And I remember the general said something so heavy. He says, he asked the class, and everyone's like, well, and I think it was a sister that was like, you pick up the manual, if I'm not mistaken. The sister was like, you pick up the manual, you read and figure out what's going on in the car. And his sister had it perfect. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what you do. You know what I'm saying? America give you an option to just pick up the phone, get assistance, and get someone down there. You don't gotta even pick up the manual, go through it, figure out what's going on. If the car is shaking, if your car is driving and it starts to shake like this, you see that like your spark plugs or you know what I'm saying, things that you after a while you pick up and know. Like America don't give you that option. Like I'm saying, if you're driving and your tire is busted, like I'm saying, America don't. You know what I'm saying, you pick up the manual and figure out how to change a tire. They don't care about that, right? They pick up assistance, call them, and come right down. Like that's what a marriage is. A marriage is like that. You don't get it. There's no picking up the phone and calling anybody because we're a monarchy. That's how we're supposed to be. And if you have that mindset, marriage becomes a lot easier because you know like there's no way I can divorce this man. There's no way I can divorce this woman. It's forever. And since we forever, like we might as well figure this out. You know what I mean? Like team, we'll figure this out. So 15 says, but this is where the contrary, right? So those are all the blessings, right? Now we're at 15. 15 says, but it shall come to pass if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God to observe and to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee, right? Most High saying on the contrary, though, if you do not like listen like to these commandments and do these commandments I command you, right? That all these curses shall overtake thee, right? Now we got the blessings that will happen. Here's some of the curses. 16 says, curse shall thou be in the city, and curse shall thou be in the field. Now, that's something that we can relate to. Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indians, we can relate to being Slovakia. Yes, Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indians, we can relate to being cursed in the city and cursed in the fields. Why? Because we're living it right now. I just brought up earlier when I say that we're being gunned down the streets. Our sisters are being kidnapped. I can go look at the statistics for those Native Americans, man. I'm telling you, those Gadite brothers, like these sisters are being kidnapped, raped, left for dead. Like you have to go look at it's almost one of America's dark secrets, man. A lot of people do not know about. These Gadites are going, like these sisters are disappearing from the reservation. And it's been happening for years and years and years. And if you're out there, you know. I'm saying the same thing with these Israelite sisters, you know what I'm saying? And same thing with the Judite sisters. I'm saying that's here and Southern Kingdom and Northern Kingdom. We all going through the same oppression, right? So the Most High is saying that curse shall all be in the city, curse shall all be in the field. We can relate to that. And it says, curse shall be thy basket and thy store. I cannot, like, yo, the basket and thy store is so heavy because whatever we try to do here in America, it almost, you ever seem like damn, like why is it so hard for Black Hispanics? Why is it so hard for us to start our businesses and have our businesses flourishing like right here? Most I saying like it'd be hard for you to bring your basket, things that you gather, right? And your stores, like it ain't no such thing as your store being like flourishing, none of that. You're cursed people, right? So And 18 says, shall be in the curse shall be in the fruit of thy body, and the fruit of thy land, and the increase of thy kin, and the flocks of thy sheep. I mean, the increase of your kin mean like your children will be cursed, right? Even your sheep, down to your sheep will be cursed. Whatever you bring forth, it will be cursed, right? 19 says, cursed shall thou be when thou comest in, and cursed shall thou be when I goest out. Like right there, like everything the Most High was saying, He would give us blessings for. Where it's a contrary now, right? Curse will be when we go out, cursing to be when we're coming in. Like, listen to me. Like, how you know we curse when we're going out, brother? Like, if you have to grab your gun before you leave your house, it's a curse. It's a curse. This place is wicked, right? This place is absolutely wicked. The Most High said, when the righteous are in rulership, the people rejoice. When the wicked are in rulership, the people mourn. Paraphrasing, right? Surely the world is in mourning right now as we speak, right? You cannot tell me the world is not in mourning. Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indians, we're definitely in mourning, but the whole world is in mourning. Right? There is no way that all this killing, rape, and rob going on in the world. This is not because we're not under righteous rulership. Right? And we're under righteous rulership is the Israelites beat on top, and we enforcing these laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. And then it'll be these other nations won't get a vote. They won't get a choice. They either follow our laws or they die when that time comes. And that is righteous. All these wicked men, the wicked rule now, the wicked lives. You ever heard a saying where, oh, like the good die young type deal? You know what I'm saying? I hate to use that worldly shit, but like in America, it's in a lot of cases, that saying is true. That saying is true in a lot of cases, right? Meaning this place absolutely rejoice in wickedness. Rejoice in wickedness. I was listening to Spotify. I was working, listening to Spotify in my earbuds, right? And the brother name was, let me see if I can get it right now. His name was DJ Academics, right? And he has a podcast, right? You know, podcast is a new hot thing now. I actually like podcasts. It's a new hot thing now. And he was speaking to these sisters. There's like one heathen, like three sisters, and speaking to them. I guess they were like strippers and prostitutes or whatnot. I don't, you know what I mean? I don't. They're whores nonetheless, right? They're whores nonetheless. And if you'd have heard, I couldn't even listen to it. I had to stop. I was like, what is this? You know, you work and you're not really paying attention to what's going on in your ear really until I caught it. Like I caught what they were saying, and they were rejoicing in wickedness. I mean, these sisters was talking about like the strip clubs and how, like, one sister said, like, why do I need to work a 9 to 5 when I can do this, and this for it, like, and make triple that? I'm like, this is a wicked place. And you know what that brother did? He rejoiced at those sisters for it. He rejoiced at them sisters for it. This place loved wickedness. Absolutely love wickedness over it. It's very easy to be wicked. It's very easy to be a disgusting filthy here in America. It's very easy. You know what's hard? It's to be a good person in America. I'm saying to be a righteous man and woman in America. When we're doing the ISUPK, like that's hard. It's hard. You know what I'm saying, like what we're doing, at least to them, right? Or to us rather, because we're so used to living. We're once out in the world, right? So that's the reason why the Most High speaking on here, right? Like we're gonna be cursed for these things because we refuse to come back to the law, statutes, and commandments. Verse 19: Cursed shall I be when thou goeth in, and cursed shall I be when I goeth out. Verse 20: The Lord shall send upon thee curses, vexation, and rebuke in all that thou setteth thine hands onto for to do, until thou be destroyed, and until thou perish quickly because of the wickedness of thy doings, whereby thou hast forsaken me. That's so heavy. The Most High said we absolutely forsaken him, right? We care less about the Most High. Saying so the Most High will be sickness. We get all type of things which is right. Like we spoke about it. If you have a child and how you punish them, right? But we can't think of how a lot of people, you hear that they say, oh, so would you send your child into slavery to punish them? Like you can't. The Most High doesn't think like you. It doesn't work like that. You know what I'm saying? Like the Most High is punishing us the only way he know how to punish us. You know what I'm saying the righteous way. I'm saying you do something wrong, you have to be punished for it. That's the only way, because then the Most High will be a liar. You know what I mean? Like the key to all we want to do, and we're doing here in the ISUPK, is you want to get right before that time comes. I'm saying that's very important that you get right. You have to start like you ever you ever been around like a drug addict, or when someone like of an alcoholism, or I'll give you an example, one easier. You ever been around someone that call himself a vegan, or what's the other word it's called again, where they when they stop, they don't eat any meat, start cutting out meat, but they eat fish. Anyway, we go look it up. One of the key things I remember hearing how those vegans say how they become vegan was they they said they slowly started cutting out meat. If they ate meat 10 times like throughout the week, they try to say, you know what, I'm gonna cut it out. I'm gonna do it 9 times throughout the week. You know what I'm saying? Then that 9 times becomes 5 times throughout the week. And 5 times become 4, and it becomes 3, and it becomes 2, and I'm gonna cut it out this week. And all of a sudden, like that urge for that meat completely evaporates. Here's what a lot of people don't understand is like, because we've been indulging wickedness for so long, it's imperative that like we get on it, get yourself right, and get it right now. Like for instance, we always doing what we were doing out in the world, right? And there was things that might have been easy for you to stop doing, right? For me and you to stop doing, but that brother or that sister, it could have been difficult for them to stop doing. You know what I'm saying? It's called stages. What you want to do is it's a practice. Keeping the law, statutes, and commandments is an absolute practice. That's what we teach in ISUPK. You say you have to stop being weak. You got to force yourself, right? It's a practice that you have to be day in, day out, day in, day out, to train your brain day in, day out, day in, day out. That's how these things have to be. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep going. Verse 21, the Lord shall make the pestilence cleave unto thee until he have consumed thee from off the land, whether thou goest to possess it. Verse 22, the Lord shall smite thee with a consumption, and with a fever, and with an inflammation, and with an extreme burning, and with a sword, and with blasting, and with mildew, and they shall pursue thee until thy perish. That sounds absolutely terrible. I'm saying, you're seeing a man that I'm gonna let you know, like when I'm sick, like one of the worst things to me is I heard a sister make a comment saying like, "Yo, when men sick, they act like the biggest babies." I'm like, in my head, I'm like, is this sister talking about me? Because when I'm sick, like I'd be like, no, like I'd be really sick. You know what I'm saying, like this sounds absolutely terrible. I don't want none of that. Like that sounds like just me having an upset stomach. My rib would tell you, like I just have like she be having to fight like ginger ale, like tea. Although I have an upset stomach or like I go to vomit, it's like you think I'm about to like die. Like I'm saying, like I always say that to say like, so to me, someone like me hearing this is absolutely horrible, man. Like I wouldn't wish that on no. Like this is horrible. You know what I'm saying, inflammation, extreme burning. My goodness, you can imagine what, you know what I'm saying. The sword and the black, like that, it's terrible. It's a terrible thing, and the nation of Israel deserve it for what we've done. You know what I'm saying, and I know might go into, I'm saying, a little bit of what we how we went off. I'm saying, from the Most High, and the things that we were doing in the nation of Israel. Some of the things that the nine of the heathens was doing. We were so bad, and the things that we were doing, the heathens looked at us like, God, like damn, like these people, these are God's people, like they acting like this. I'm saying, so all of this is righteous. I'm saying what the Most High brought upon us. Verse 24. It's like it. Verse 23. And thy heavens that is over thy head shall be brass, and the earth that is under thee shall be iron. I mean, I can't like that. That's captivity. That's captivity right there, right? Shall be brass. Yeah, that's I'm saying verse 24. It's like, yes. So yeah, verse 24. The Lord shall make the rain of thy land powder and dust from heaven shall it come down onto thee until it have destroyed thee. You know what I'm saying, Most High, lock here. Give me a minute. Make sure I put this down. A few calls, lock here. Okay. Right? The Most High bring all these upon us. I'm saying things that, like I said before, for what we were doing in the nation of Israel, like, I mean, when we got it got so bad at one point, the nation of Israel was eating their own children. Like not figuratively, like literally, like we were literally eating our own children at one point. I'm saying, you know how terrible condition you have to be in. You know what I'm saying, for the Most High to bring upon you to cause you to have to eat your own children, man. And for us to have to go to that extent, eating your own child. You know what I'm saying, little babies, we were doing some of the most vilest things, man. I cannot, like, so these things right here, the Most High is bringing upon us. It's righteous. Like this is very much deserving, man. Very much deserving for us to get right. All throughout the Bible, it's been the same common denominator, right? It's the children of Israel go against the Most High. The Most High bring them into captivity or hardship. They cry out to the Most High. The Most High bring us back out. And when He bring us back out, we're good for a little bit. Then we go against the Most High again, and then we're good for a little bit. We go against the Most High again, and we're good for, like, it's been a continuous, what's the thing that the sisters play, like double dutch, right? Like a double. They've been over, and like it's been consistent, like thing over and over and over again. I'm saying, and the Most High, paraphrasing, Most High said in Genesis, like, I don't gotta rest, I don't gotta tussle with man, I ain't gotta fight with you because you're flesh. Which to me, one of the most gangsters like verses in the Bible. I'm saying, see if I can find that one. It's in Genesis, the 23rd, if I'm not mistaken. I'm definitely gonna get that one. And Mosai said, I don't gotta tussle with you. You know what I'm saying, I don't gotta go back and forth because ye are flesh. Meaning, like, I can just kill you, right? The Most High saying I can just kill you. And we know that it happened because what? You have men and women that go against the Most High and die for it. You know what I'm saying? Men that leave this truth, you know what happened to the men that leave this truth? They die because they go back in the world, and and 5 and 6 and 7 more demons that was once on them, times that by 10, the amount of demons they now have. You ever seen someone that leave the truth? You ever see them out in the world? They look so, to me, I don't even recognize them. Like, they'd be like, oh, that's so and so. I'm like, what? Like, they just look different. Their hair look different. Like, they just, their whole aura. You can see the spirit is off there. You could see it. Like, they just look different. You have sisters who've messed over their husbands and leave this truth and get into drugs and die. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are things that it's not something for you to play with. You know what I'm saying, this is not something for any of us to be playing with. Truly, like, we're living on borrowed time. We all should be dead. The Most High wanted us dead during the time of Moses. Don't forget, Most High wanted to kill all the children of Israel and start a whole nation of just Moses alone. Moses, you know what I'm saying, see, Moses had to plead for us. I'm saying, righteous brother. You know what I'm saying, that's brotherhood. He had to plead for us. That's how wicked we were. You know what I'm saying, it's worse than some of these heathens at times. So that's why the Most High brought these things upon us. Definitely want to get that one in Genesis. I'm gonna keep going to verse 26. Yes, yeah. First, move that. Yeah. So, okay, verse 25. The Lord shall cause thee to be smitten before thy enemies. Thou shalt go one way against them, and flee 7 ways before them, and shall be removed into all the kingdoms of the earth. I mean, right there, just earlier I was speaking on how our enemies will come up on us as one army, they would flee from us. If we keep these commandments, Most High said that was one of the blessings that we get. Most High flipped it on us now, saying that we shall go at our enemies and as one, and we shall flee from them. Meaning, like, we won't be able to defeat our enemies, man. I cannot tell you how ashamed I am to be an Israelite man and to know that, like, our women and children, like, just like I'm just like any other man, right? I'm just like any other man, like love my God, right? Love my women, you know what I'm saying? And and if it's me, love guns, love war, right? And to be a man and to know that you live in a nation where, like, not only are you beating your nation, you and your brothers are beaten into piss, but to know your women are being violated and your house is being, you know what I mean? To, like, as a man, it should be, especially if you are a man's man, you should be ashamed. You should be ashamed. That's a shame that we should all be walking around with. You know what I'm saying? Shame that every last brother should be walking around with, man. And that's the reason why the ISUPK on the Command Journey on is so important, because this is the step to rebuilding that strength that we once had. If you have to sacrifice to that, you might not get along with this brother or whatever it may be, and you're not brother to like if you have to do something to swallow your pride and go talk to that sister and how you doing, trust me, it's worth it. It's worth it. These heathens are going to be underneath your feet. That time, I'm saying, like, these are things that what builds a nation. I'm saying sacrifice build a nation. Sacrifice build a family. Even though it's difficult, you have to make that decision. Like, as a woman, as a man, like, you know what? I'm gonna put my personal feelings to the side. I'm gonna do what my nation needs me to do to survive, and my nation needs me to put my pride to the side. You know what I'm saying, and go talk to the sister, hit this sister up, or go hit this brother up. You know what I'm saying, and figure out what's going on. Like, you do it then. You know what I'm saying, like, the Most High is watching this. You know what I'm saying, that's something that you gotta do. Like, imagine if you can't do that, then you're not ready for what's to come. Like, you're not ready for what's to come, right? If you can't do that, verse 26. And thy carcass shall be, a carcass shall be, slack, shall be meat unto all fowls of the air. I mean, your dead bodies, I can't even tell you, like, foul, like that terrible thing, right? I mean, these fowls, they're going to be fat. They're going to be absolutely fat. Like, they're going to be eating so much, right? So much of dead bodies. I cannot, like, that's us. Like, if you go look, like, once again, go look up a lot of these border stories, man. The dead bodies is find out in these, by the border and in those hills and all that. I'm saying the children of Issachar are coming over here, right? Those fowls are eating their carcass. You know what I'm saying, that body. You know what I'm saying, and onto the beasts of the earth, and no man shall fry them away. Verse 27: the Lord will smite thee with the botch of Egypt, and with the emeralds, and with the scrab, pronounce that Salakia, the scribe, and with the itch whereof thou canst not be healed. Once again, absolutely terrible. Just reading that alone, you already know, right? Just reading that alone, you already know. Like, can you imagine just imagine every kind of sickness, right? We're all adults, so we know what we're talking about, right? Every type of itching and this disease, and you have that. Just imagine the Most High saying that you're gonna have all of this shall come upon you. All of this shall come upon you. It's absolutely terrible, man. Like I said before, I'm a brother that, like, just from upset stomach alone, like, my rib have to go through hell just from upset stomach alone. Like, when my stomach is upset, man, and worse, if I start vomiting, forget about it. Like, oh man, you think I'm dying? Like, it should be like, it's not this bad. Like, it is. It absolutely is. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least in my, you know what I'm saying, in my eyes, absolutely bad. I'm saying now, verse 28. The Lord shall smite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart. I cannot begin to tell you, like, that madness, man. Or people are. There was a story a while back where a brother he lost it, grabbed his gun, and he started killing like, just killing cops, right? Killing white people, like, I'm saying, just madness. I'm saying there was another one of a sister that took her car and she drove it into, I think, the White House, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody online, pescatarian, Duana, sis. Yes. Pescatarian, sis, Duana. Well, I want, Duana, sis. Yes, that's exactly what it was. Pescatarian. I'm saying, but yes, there was a story of a sister, man. She lost her mind, absolutely lost her mind. Just drove her car, like, and ramming, I think, near the White House or something like that, and ended up shooting and killing the sister. She wanted to die because she knew she wouldn't have got that close, right? So just madness and astonishment of heart. I'm saying it's completely sad what people going through, man. Verse 29: and thou shalt grope at noonday as the blind grope in the darkness, and thou shalt not prosper in thy ways, and thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore, and no man shall save thee. I mean, I can't tell you. Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indians have been spoiled here in America, and it's not a good spoil. You know, as a man, you don't want to be a spoiled man. To me, that's just gay in itself anyway. You don't want to be a man that's spoiled. You know what I'm saying? What I mean by spoiled, meaning, like, usually who's doing that spoiling is another man that's spoiling you. that's just gay as hell. Like, yeah, I mean, you want to just go to a man for everything. You want to just like me personally, I completely hate asking. Like, you know what I'm saying it's difficult for me to even ask someone for something. You know what I'm saying much less for a man to just be like, just giving me. You know what I'm saying like you literally live here in America and you're content with just go to job, go to your slave, get your money. You know what I'm saying, do what you need to do, get your that little money he gives you. And you know what I mean? Yes, master. That's that spoil. You know what I'm saying food stamps. You if you're content with just being someone that's just okay, I'm okay, I'm content with just living off food stamps and like that, like you know what I mean, as a man, like that's not something like for the sisters are more so, even for the sisters, like I wouldn't necessarily I'm saying think that's twa, but like they're women, you know what I'm saying? So I kind of but it's really the men. I'm saying you a man, you like you do not want to be a man. Like that is gay. You don't want to be that. I'm saying you don't now. Don't get me wrong. If America want to give you that free. Go ahead. I'm not saying sport. I'm talking about on a bigger scale, meaning like you're so content with food stamps that you know what I'm not gonna I'm not gonna speak out against police brutality. I'm not gonna stand up for my people. Like I'm not gonna do what's right for my people. You know what I mean, forget my people. I'm getting food stamps from America. I'm saying I heard a brother said I love the Chinese. You know what I'm saying the Chinese have them good ass chicken and they be cheap. They be charging like niggas them good ass chicken and they be cheap. And hey, I love the Chinese, man. You want to be that man. You don't be that. Don't be content with him because he down there making money off you. Chinese don't love you. It's business. He's making money off you. I'm saying he do not care for you, sis. I'm saying so you don't want to be that. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna jump down to 32. I'm saying for time's sake, I'm gonna jump down to 32. And it says, 32 says, thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thy eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all day long, and there shall be no might in thy hands. I cannot tell you once again, as a black, Hispanic, and Native American man, like as a man of valor myself, like it makes me ashamed. Like it just breaks my heart, man, to know that like some brother tonight, like his daughter would go missing. I'm saying his daughter would be taken, us being in this wicked land. I'm saying some sister tonight is mourning right now as we speak because her kids was taken away by the government. You know what I'm saying because she couldn't pay for this or because she has to work and she had no one to take care of the kids. And you know what I'm saying? She leave her little like 6-year-old girl daughter at home and her 4-year-old at home, or you know what I mean, her 5-year-old home, so she can go out here and work this quick job so she could pay for them to have something to eat. Like it breaks my heart. It truly breaks. If you're a man of valor and you care about your people, it's supposed to break your heart. You know what I'm saying? And like I said before, we all black, Hispanic, and Native American men, we should be ashamed. We should be ashamed because there's no might in our hand. We have no power to stop this. You mean to tell me there's another man that's dictating and dictating how much he's going to give your woman? Damn, that can come in your house and kill your woman or take your woman whether you want to. I don't know about how you brothers feel, but I'd rather die than to like allow something like that to happen. Like I said before, how like men like uh, Israelites are, we are, Israelite men are, I'm saying you love the most high. I'm saying we love our God as first and foremost. I'm saying you love your family. And that come with your woman. I'm saying that your father, mother, you leave and you find your woman, paraphrasing, you cleave onto your woman. I'm saying I love my woman. I'm saying that children, that's your family. I'm saying, and I me the man and who I me per se, like that's why I threw the weapon. Like that's me. So for me to hear like this verse hits so heavy. I'm saying it says, "There shall be no might in our hands." Like we should all be ashamed of ourselves. I'm saying that shame should make us want to do better, so we can have that might in our hands, so we can stop them from what they're doing to our doing to our women and children. I'm saying that's what we should think of this verse as. Do whatever we need to do so we can get the might in our hands, so we could take control. I'm saying back of this kingdom. I'm saying and our rule. Uh, let's jump down to 40. Let's start at 48. All right. 48 says, therefore, thou shalt serve thy enemies. Once again, we're at Deuteronomy 28 and 28 chapter. Right? We're in Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter. We're now on 48 right now. Therefore, thou shalt serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger. Once again, when you're hungry, you go to your where people go. See, I'm terrible, right? And you could tell my women do all the shopping for me because I don't even know. We have fries. I'm saying grocery stores. I'm saying whatever grocery stores out there like women go to, right? You have the grocery stores. So like these grocery stores, our people don't own any of these grocery stores. You know what I'm saying I don't know any uh black owned grocery stores. There's not very much. I don't know any Mexican owned grocery stores. Maybe if for the Israelites, I'm saying it might be one or two. But it like I know for a lot of them big market ones, like a lot of them are like the Spaniards own them. I'm saying I remember one of the things I remember was those what is it called those like the ice cream truck they used to come around we were kids, like the little ice cream man or the corn man will come around, Issachar corn man. So they ran all them off, right? That and started arresting them. And then the white man come in, take that same business that the Issachar start up, like for his own. That sick me. That sick me to my stomach. Whenever I think about that, it literally it irks me, man. It's something it do to me when I think about that because that's so wicked and it just shows that like, the white man is just the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. You know what I'm saying? So basically, in hunger, we got to go to them, right? And in thirst, want something to drink, you got to go to them. And in nakedness, you want clothes, right? Shirt, shoes, pants. You know what I'm saying shoot like boxers. You know what I'm saying whatever it may be, like you have to go to them, right? And in one of all things, and he shall put a yoke of iron, that yoke of iron, right on thy neck. I cannot like Southern Kingdom, even Northern Kingdom. If you're a Northern Kingdom out there, you don't know like Northern Kingdom, in fact, was taken in chains before the Southern Kingdom. You know what I'm saying it's a lot like once again I said it's been a common thing where a lot of things that's happened to the Northern Kingdom it's been like in the dark, right? It's been like a dark history, like things that's not really spoken about. You know what I'm saying, but Southern Kingdom, you definitely know that yoke of iron that was on your neck, right? And yoke of iron on your neck until he have destroyed thee. Verse 49: the Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flyeth. I cannot begin to tell you like who is that eagle. I'm saying you find a precept for that is Obadiah. You find Obadiah. It's only one book in Obadiah. It's Obadiah chapter 1 verse I think it's 5 if I'm not mistaken. You go in the book of Obadiah where the Most High is spoken about that eagle, right? That eagle have always been the nation of Esau, right? The so-called white man. From the time of another one example is Alexander the Great. There was a movie, I think it was called Alexander, if I'm not mistaken. There's a movie called Alexander. I remember seeing it a long, long time ago. And the man by the name of the white boy, I think his name was Colin Farrell. He played in it with Angelina Jolie. Yes, she played his mother, if I'm not mistaken. And whenever he used to go into battle, he used to always had the bald eagle they used to put up. They used to fly as they go into battle. They'll hold their eagle up to let them know like that's their symbol when they come through. That's always been the white man know who he is. We're the ones that have a hard time in like accepting him for who he really is. And I'm saying black, Hispanic, and Native American Indians. But he's that eagle, right? It says a nation from far that's yes, the swift of the eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. Obviously, we didn't speak English, right? English was beaten into us, right? Just like no different than Spanish. Spanish was beaten into the a lot of the Northern Kingdom brothers. I'm saying the Issacharites, the Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, you name them, all of them. Spanish was beaten into them, right? Um, 50 says, a nation of fierce continents, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor showeth favor to the young. Like I know they're a fierce continent, this nation that carries the bald eagle, the so-called white man, because most I say they not show favor to the young nor the old. I cannot like you should know that right off the bat. You need no explanation to that right off the bat. How do we know? I never forget the picture I've seen. Like it was a Issacharite sister. She was man, it hurt me. I couldn't even look at it. So like they separated he was a little boy. He was like little baby boy, I think it was. So he was on the father's side. It was a cage. He was on the father's side of the cage. They separated from male and female, right? So it was a father, the infant baby. Like, who separates a little baby from their mother? You know, the baby got to eat, right? Like, only a devil would do something like that, right? It just irks me even thinking about it. So the mother had to come feed the child. She had to expose herself and put her breast through the we all know a cage and like the little holes in the cage, just to put her breast through that cage just to feed that infant child. And they allow that. Absolutely no favor to the baby. That's an infant. You know what I'm saying? Like, which that would not be forgotten, right? If you know the nation of Israel, all you out there, I'm saying Black, Hispanic, and Native American, you know, like, we don't forget nothing. Like, that won't be forgotten. He definitely will have to pay for that. You know what I'm saying? So the old give you an example, that one old Judite sister, or that she was a 66-year-old old woman. They broke into her house. They actually came to the wrong house. She picked up a bat, right? Imagine, like, they broke into her house. Like, the bravery of this woman, right? She's 66 years old. She picked up a bat, right? She not a man, men tote guns and blickies, you know what I'm saying? This woman came out of her room to face her. She thought like somebody breaking in, right? She picked up a bat to face them. And instead of them seeing, they're looking at it, she had a bat in her hand. It's an old woman. They shoot her and empty their rounds inside the old woman, inside of her own house. Then figure out it was the wrong house they came in, right? Show no favor to the old nor the young, right? And verse 51, and he shall eat the fruit of thy cattle, right? He shall eat the fruit of your cattle, right? And the fruit of thy land until thou be destroyed, which also shall not leave thee either corn, wine, or oil, or the increase of thy kin. Meaning, he gonna take all of it from you. He ain't gonna leave you nothing, right? You give another precept for that. Once again, in Obadiah, you can read what the Most High said, and paraphrasing: if a grape gatherer came to you, surely he would leave some grape. But like, these people, like, no, they come over here. They took the land of the Native Americans, right? And a lot of the original Slaki, the natives out here, right? The natives out here, they took the land. After they took the land, enslaved them, right? After they enslaved them, then they call themselves their name. Only a wicked and disgusting man to do that. God says, surely if a thief comes to you in the middle of the night, like, he'll take your TV, your jewelry, might used to take some money that you have on the counter, having a jewelry or whatever, but then he run out and leave. He said, these people know. They come, kill your husband, right? Might kill your children, then put you in a corner to live, and then take over your whole house. That's how this nation of people is, right? A vile and disgusting people. All right. Verse 52. And he shall besiege thee in all thy gates until thy high and fence wall come down, wherein thou trusted throughout all thy land. And he shall besiege thee in all thy gates throughout thy land, which the Lord hath given thee. Right there, I'm saying, obviously that's the nation of Israel. Like, they, once again, the story that they surrounded our land, right, and complete try to starve us out, or we're eating our own children, right? Verse 53. Just like, let's jump down to 60. Let's jump down to 64. Verse 64. Mark here. Okay. Verse 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people from one end of the earth unto the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. Right there. Mosai said, this man, he would take us, all right? And we'll be scattered. Mosai said, scatter us to the four corners of the earth. And in our captivity, we shall serve other gods, wood and stone. You know what I'm saying? Now, wood being the Christian God, right? Christianity, Catholic, all fall in the same umbrella. And that stone being Muslim or Islam, rather, right? Verse 65. And among these nations shall thou find no ease. Slakia. Yes, verse 65. And among these nations thou shalt find no ease, neither shall thou sole of thy feet have rest, but the Lord shall give thee there a trembling heart and fail of eyes and sorrow of mind. If that's not Black Hispanics and Native American Indians, I don't know who else that's describing. Truly, I wouldn't know who else that's describing. Like I said before, the reason why Deuteronomy 28 chapter is so important is because like I said, if you have a child, right? If you punish a child and you don't tell a child why he's being punished, like the child will grow up like feelings if you hate them. Only a wicked parent will punish a child and then not tell them what they're being punished for. You know how much that damage a child? Deuteronomy 28 chapter, it gives you a clear layout on why we're being punished. Right? Deuteronomy 28 chapter gives you, okay, all the blessings. If you keep my law, statutes, and commandments, all the blessings you're gonna get. And if you don't keep those law, statutes, and commandments, all the curses you're gonna get. And the curses we fit here in America today. So if we read these curses and we put ourselves, this is clear as day, we can understand this because we're living it right now. So then we understand, okay, we have to now come back to these laws. That's why we're being treated this way. That's why this chapter is so important. You know what I'm saying? Deuteronomy 28 chapter. Most I said we have our soles or feet would not rest, meaning like what? Like I cannot begin to tell you like how hard these brothers worked back in the day, man, when they had slavery, how hard they were working. Like so much so like the little 13-year-old little white boy can wake up in the middle of the night and ring a bell and a 66-year-old like sister would have to get up, or a 60-year-old sister or brother have to get up and go tend to him, go fix him a meal, go fix him a sandwich in the middle of the night. Like, I cannot begin to tell you how like one, how evil it is, and how like the trembling of heart and no rest was completely right. And the failing of eyes and sorrow of mind. I can't like that fit us. Cause that fit that situation right there. I'm saying like absolutely no rest. You mean to tell me at all time, like I have to be my bedding call of these people at all time. Literally from the time when he was born, he was serving to the time that he died. And we're still, it's even worse today because you don't believe you're serving, but you are serving today. You are serving today. Life should not be you get up and work 10-hour days, 8-hour days, 12-hour days. Like I said, I work in construction and we're working at one time, we're working 14-hour days. 14-hour days we're working. You know what I'm saying? I'm a pipe fitter, you know what I'm saying? Meaning like I run pipe and all that. I'm saying, and we're working 14-hour days. 14-hour days. Life should not be that way. I'm saying, and especially when shutdown comes, you got 7/12s, 7-hour days, 7 days a week, 12-hour days. We're working. Not to mention the drive they to spend to come to work and the drive to go back. Hour to go there, an hour to come back. I'm saying that only gives you what 10 hours throughout the day. The at least get 6 of them to go to sleep. That leaves you 4 hours, right? Or 7 hours to go to sleep. That leaves you 3 hours. And the other 3 you have to spend eating, any necessity, anything you need to do around the house, your family, spend time with your children, whatever it may be. That's the type of life that our people live, that we're forced to live to survive in this land. I'm saying that's a terrible thing. Verse 66. And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and thou shalt have none assurance of thy own life, of thy life. I'm saying I this right here, this explains. No one understands this more than like Black and Hispanic men. Nobody understands this more than Black and Hispanic men. Whether it be fear from your own people or fear from our oppressor that we live in. I'm saying fear from your own people because the condition that we live in. I'm saying we're killing, raping, we're doing every type of wickedness to each other because of the condition we're in. On top of that, the oppressor is killing us, just like the time of Egypt. Don't forget what did Moses say he see in Egypt? Another time when Moses went out to check on his people, he saw two Israelites fighting against each other, right? And he said, what? Like the hell? Like not only he came out the first day and he saw Egyptians smiting the Hebrew. Not only are we getting beat by the oppressor, they're killing us, but we're also killing each other. We show you that that's just a symptom of slavery because the slavery that we've been under, like the hardship we've been under, we've inherited all this. So we don't know no other way. We don't know no other way other than to be cruel and disgusting with each other, right? And we have to worry about on our life hanging the balance because we have to worry about our own people and we got to worry about our oppressors killing us. Once again, this is not something that you want to be in, man. That's why the ISUPK is so important because the ISUPK is like a refuge for all these things. ISUPK is your refuge for wickedness. I'm saying wickedness falling upon you. I'm saying ISUPK is that refuge for every type of sickness, death. ISUPK is at home, right? Meaning that if you do what you're told, I'm saying keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, you Passover coming up, you serve the Passover. I'm saying brothers, you come in, I'm saying you read, you're a trooper, you serve a young man, you shut your mouth, you 90 days, get your name, you read, I'm saying you serve food, you clean toilets, all these things that we all have to do, right? To present with your officer, it says become an officer, you know what I'm saying, and your workload is even more now. I'm saying sometimes some brothers are in some cities where they got to do all that on top of doing like officers' duties. I'm saying ISUPK is our refuge for all these things, so none of these things can fall upon us, man. It's a terrible thing, right? And it's 67 says, "In the morning thou shalt say, would God it it were even, and at even shall say, would God it were morning, for the fear of thy heart wherein thou shalt fear, and for the sight of thy eyes which thou shalt see." That is just imagine living that life. This right here, this is what caused what is it called? Anxiety. You know what I'm saying? This is where anxiety dwells from. This is where um what's the other one? If anyone know the other one out there, this is where just fear. I'm saying all this stems from here, man. It's in the morning, you like, oh my God, in the morning. I'm saying, like, man, how am I gonna go through it? I'm gonna go through my day. I'm saying, and then evening, like, man, I can't wait till evening. Like, I can't wait till night. At nighttime, come for you to rest, like the little rest that you get, and then boom, like morning comes, you gotta do it all over again. You know what I'm saying, and that's the life that we live. Verse 68 says, "And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships," right? "By the whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again." Most I saying right here, the most I bring us into captivity again, right? At Egypt again, you can find in Exodus, I think it's Exodus the 20th chapter, right? So Exodus 20 and I want to say 2. Exodus 20 and 2. Exodus chapter 20, verse 2. "I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage." So we know that the word Egypt through means bondage, right? Yes, the word Egypt means bondage or slavery. You know what I'm saying, so the Most High is saying right here, "The Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the whereof I spake unto thee." Meaning right here where I'm speaking to you, I'm saying, thou shalt see it no more again. You won't see your homeland anymore again. And I can not say it again. Like, you ask any Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indians, where you from? You know what I'm saying? Especially any Black man. You ask them, like, whether they be from the islands or here in the Americas, like, they tell you, oh, we from Africa. Like, yet still, like, it's kind of sad because not one African country is willing to even claim us. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like that whore that's saying, oh, like, I'm with this man. And the man's like, what the hell? Like, I don't know her. Like, he's not even willing to claim you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that, it's pitiful. It's sad as a people. Like, are we gonna keep claiming Africa? You know what I'm saying? Like the brothers here in America claiming Egypt, right? Or the ones on the islands of Jamaica and all them claiming Ethiopia. Like none of these countries even willing to claim you. It's sad. You know what I'm saying? It's absolutely sad. Like I said before, it's like that woman that's like say she's with this man and you go encounter with this man. Hey, you with her? And he don't want to claim her. Hell no, I ain't with her. Like, what? I don't know her. That's what it's like. You know what I'm saying? And it says, thou shalt see no more again, and there you shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. I mean, no man shall redeem you, right? Here goes that buy again. Most I saying that no man shall buy us, like redeem us out of that captivity. I'm saying like Martin Luther King tried, failed. Malcolm X and is our Muslims or whatever you want to call them, Islam, or I'm saying the house fruit of Islam or whatever it is, like they failed. Marcus Garvey tried, failed. The Brown Berets tried for the Northern Kingdom, failed. Those brothers, Pancho Villa and my man Emilio Zapata. I'm saying out in Mexico, they failed. Hugo Chavez, right? Hugo Chavez tried in Venezuela, right? Failed. Even though he's still heathen, but there was a lot of brothers that um uh was with him. Fidel Castro. Even though he was a heathen, it was a lot of those brothers. The ones that actually do the fighting were brothers. I'm saying we're trying to liberate Cuba or whatnot. Failed, absolute failed. Right? Sure, he came over, gained power over Cuba and link up with the Russians, but they squashed that and they being punished for that today. It's a complete fail. The children of Israel will not cannot run to nobody. No one can help us. And the Most High set the stage perfectly for us to force us to have to come back to Him. And when we come back to Him, the Most High will give us a Redeemer. That's Yahushai. You know what I'm saying? And that it makes it two things. One, it's only right. You know what I'm saying? Our King Yahushua have earned that. He have earned the right to rule, man. Yahushua have earned the right to rule. This man went through the ultimate punishment, right? And he was perfect. He did nothing wrong. A man died for us, and he did absolutely nothing wrong. You mean the most innocent out of us died? And you don't want that man to rule? I mean, all through our whole existence, since Yahushua came on the scene, we refused. Even before he was on the scene, we refused him. We refused him before he was on the scene. We would choose John the Baptist. We would choose, oh, I follow Moses in the Old Testament. I don't follow Yahweh. You know what I'm saying? Like, we would choose every which person rather than want Yahushua to rule. A man that have earned it, he went through the trench. He came up poor like us. You know what I'm saying? Yahushua was poor like us. He did not want to be made like an angel. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to come up the same way, like full-fledged man as a man, and he want to go through the temptations we want to go through. He want to defeat those temptations. Then the man write a play-by-play book on how for us to defeat those same temptations. He was killed for being a good man, and we were saved for being wicked. Yet still, you don't want him to rule over you. You ever heard a thing where like you say like you give a man what he's rewarded? Yahushua, who else? Like people's running to the ballot to vote for Kanye West to rule over them. Kanye West was a disgusting, like whoremonger. You know what I'm saying he sleeps. A white woman that he's running behind, acting like a damn fool over. You know what I'm saying a whore, absolute whore. Everybody had his wife. Everybody had his wife. Yet still he's coming out saying that he's mad that this new white man is fiddling with his wife. What are you mad about? Everybody had her. Her box is for everybody. But you will run to the voting panel and vote for him to rule over you. When Yahushua is the perfect man, he did everything right. It should make us, we should be ashamed of ourselves as a people, man. We should truly be ashamed of ourselves. This man have done nothing wrong. He have earned the right to rule over us, and we refuse to let him rule over us and save our lives. Barakatah Yahushua, that it's not up to us. That it's not up to you. That this man, he will reign. He's going to come back, and if you don't follow him, you don't want to get under that umbrella, you don't want to bow down and acknowledge him as the king of this nation and come back to the Most High, you will be put to death. And that is righteous. That is very much righteous. That's the promise that the Most High gave to us from back in the day. Paraphrasing when he says, I'm not going to keep going back and forth with men for year of flesh, because he can just kill us. And that's what it takes. And that's what's going to have to happen. But Yahweh Shai, like I said before, we are a monarchy. The reason why we're in this condition we're under, we went against the laws of God. Deuteronomy the 28th chapter, which I just went over, like gave us the blessings the Most High was going to give us if we kept the laws, and give us the punishment we're going through right now. These punishments are an absolute highlight everything that we're going through and what we need to do to get back to the blessings that he promised us. I'm saying, and with that, I'm gonna close out the class once again with ISUPK coming out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. I'm Officer Apayat out here in Arizona. We got classes from Tuesday through Friday, 7 p.m. to about 9. And we got classes on Saturday, Sabbath service from 10 noon. We won't be having classes this Saturday, however. I'm saying this Saturday we will not be having class this Saturday. Sabbath service, we won't be having Sabbath service this Saturday. So, but following weeks, we're right back on schedule. You know what I'm saying? With that, I say once again, Shalom Yahweh Shemir Shabbat thumb to you brothers, and Shalom Yahweh Shema thumb by Shemir Shai to you sisters.